Garden Makeover, City Bungalow with Native Plants. The Beckers were attracted to landscape designer Richard Laughlin's passion for sustainability and the environment, along with his recognition in the Salt Lake City area for creating beautiful gardens using native, water-wise plants. A metal gate was installed where the one-car garage once stood. An attractive hideaway was built to conceal the trash containers. Now, the homeowners enter the alley behind the house to access the new two-car garage, which has a door that opens to the inviting backyard. After a couple of years, shrubs, perennials, and other ornamental grasses and plants filled in to create a lush landscape. Once you get to the point where there is almost plant-to-plant coverage, weeding and maintenance go down to almost nothing, says Richard. The density cuts down on light, which is what allows the weeds to grow and become a maintenance nightmare. With the new landscaping and irrigation, water use was cut down immediately, says Robert. We have also really enjoyed the park strip combination of plants and rocks and the maples as they've grown in. The Beckers chose maples for the park strip, along with a native tree that won't grow too large. We really deferred plant selection to Rick. Based on his initial input, we researched individual plants and worked on alternatives if we didn't favor his initial selection. The Beckers cite the back patio and pergola as a favorite feature, especially with its climbing roses. The new Flagstone Path is placed diagonally as it gradually climbs uphill. This is where the driveway used to be. Native plants soften the path. This former concrete driveway was transformed into a lush, water-wise colorful collection of perennials and vines. The pergola with trumpet vine trellised over it provides shade during the hotter months. Plants chosen for the pergola include Nepeta, a type of catmint, and California fuchsia Epilobium canum. The backyard turned into a peaceful space with lush plants and something always in bloom. Richard is among a growing movement who advise against using wood mulch in a garden. It offers little protection against weeds, he maintains, adding, it doesn't have any beneficial effects to the soil, doesn't leach any beneficial nutrients, and it is not as visually attractive as mulch leaves, pine needles, or gravel. Or even grass clippings. Plus, once they reach plant-to-plant coverage, you don't need mulch. The ski lift chair was one of the original chairs from the Sugarloaf lift at Alta and is an original Yan cast aluminum chair. When Alta upgraded the lift and replaced the chairs, one of the maintenance staff bought them and converted them to benches or swings, says Robert. People love it because many of us are skiers and it is a very comfortable seat. More flowers and native plants show off during peak growing season, proving that water-wise doesn't have to be just bare dirt, rocks, succulents, and dry-looking plants. Flowers were planted with their ultimate growth heights in mind, starting with the shorter ones in front, working to the larger specimens in back. Since the Beckers wanted to update their front yard, everything was dug up, including the old, deeply rooted spruce that had been in the yard for about 75 years. Part of the front landscape included the 18-foot wide park strip, that area between the curb and the sidewalk. While it is owned by the city, property owners are required to maintain the strip. Not all cities have the same rules and laws, and landscape designers must be familiar with them. The Beckers are thrilled with the results. We both love the balance of living in Salt Lake City as a smaller city and having access to the outdoors. Annette has 2 labs that she devotes much time to, and we both bike and ski frequently. The front yard designed for the Beckers is now a traffic-stopping, lush collection of drought-tolerant perennials and ornamental grasses. Naturally, the lawn is water-wise also. A small, baby blue-eyes spruce tree in the back by the northwest corner of the house is where the larger one once stood. After the project was finished, we got lots of positive response from neighbors, as it fits in well and looks spectacular year-round, says Robert. Rick's design really worked for the 4 seasons, creating something of interest and a different focal point spring through fall. As the yard filled in after the first few years, it became a perfect space to relax and enjoy. Using amendments is a must, since soil in the Intermountain West is mostly clay, says Richard. The backyard had to be created in levels, which presented some challenges. Using wheelbarrows for mixing, the crew shovels and lays concrete for the patio foundation. Basically, there were two main level changes. A diagonal path begins one of the levels. A 6-inch base was laid, and then it took a few days to lay the patio. The workers lay out the curving edging and concrete blocks where the lawn and a planting bed will go. After the patio was laid, posts were built to support the pergola. Once the posts were installed in concrete, the wood pergola was built. A bionative lawn was planted in the front yard, which Richard describes as a variety of drought-tolerant grasses mixed together. Richard describes one of the most appealing features of bionative turf: you can't tell the difference visually, but you sure can tell the difference on your water bill. Once it's been established, this grass requires about 35% less water than traditional bluegrass lawns. The Becker's dogs have a patch of lawn upon which to play and do other things. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.